Hi, Joey, Neil O'Riordan. I might jump in first. That's all right.
Yeah.
Everything go okay, travel wise? All
Yeah,
that?
no, all went fine, yeah. Travelled over yesterday. Yeah, it was fine. Got to the hotel and all that. So yeah, all been perfect. So yeah, just ready to go here now. Then got to the stadium obviously, so I'm gonna train this evening for a little bit and yeah, ready to rock tomorrow.
What are the conditions like?
Yeah, no, it's very warm, but to be fair, at the stadium, it's really good. Um it's, at this stage now, it looks like the sun will be gone down. Still warm in the air, obviously, but the sun won't be out, so that'll be a plus.
Cool. And can I just ask what can you hope to achieve from the game just with the score as it is after the first leg? What's your target from it?
Again, listen, as I said, I think I've said before, there's never two games the same in Europe, especially in there. You come away from home against a team like this, in the conditions and stuff like that, you have to play them. And yeah, I suppose wanting to attack last week and getting on the front foot at home and talk is what we always want to do. Over here, it's got to be a little bit more pragmatic, obviously. And yeah, the conditions, well, one doesn't allow that to be going after it, pressing like mad for the 90 minutes and stuff like that. But again, as I said to the lads, game plan to set up to try win the game. That's where it's always going to be, no matter who we play.
Sure. No fresh injury concerns or anything like that, is there?
No, yeah, no. So still, yeah, Connor and Jack out.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Joe. Best of luck.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'll go back to the laptop for another question now.
Hey Joey.
Uh,
Um, yeah, just in terms of like looking back at last week, I mean, you've had a week more, you're a week on now. What are your feelings on it? Like, do you feel you left something behind there that you're chasing a 3 goal deficit now that it could have been a lot closer?
yeah, I think as I said, like obviously you watch back the game because yeah, that's where you got a lot of learning. I think from it. Like you look back and you review it obviously with the lads and stuff like that. But again, I just thought first half, yeah, we just went at full throttle, to be honest, and just let them showed them a little bit too much respect at home. And as I said, sometimes it's different when you're away from home and you know it, well, it definitely is. But I think at home we knew the conditions, we know the pitch, had the atmosphere. Yeah, we were just a little bit passive at times, and yeah, create our own sort of yeah, wasted I suppose time in the first half really. But listen, I thought second half we were yeah, we went really out, got on the front foot, attacked it for large periods of the second half. I thought we had a better team. Yeah, and just didn't find that sort of equaliser. But again, at that the level you're operating at with these boys you're playing against, again, they had that moment of quality for them second half. You got to be on guard all the time. And this that bit of quality that they showed, I suppose, for the second goal. And yeah, and the third goal obviously was yeah, it's a bad mistake, you know. So again, just being concentrated for the whole game is a massive part of this level.
Just on, I know it was maybe quite different. It was a first leg, it wasn't a second leg, but Zurich last year for this group, for a lot of the group, was a European away day, a sort of an overseas one, and maybe it was a tough start in that game. Like, can the group learn something from that experience as well? Is this just from your own experience, you need to learn about these type of away ties, and can this be very beneficial to continue
Yeah,
that
no,
learning?
definitely. I think obviously, as you said, regardless of what happens tomorrow night, there's a game next week, and it's again, it's going to be in warm conditions, you know, like when you have to travel to whoever we play. So I suppose traveling away and stuff like that, and getting used to the hotel and getting used to the pitch and seeing them. That's what part of this is like, you know, from the experience of the group. As you said last year, listen, I suppose the key thing last year to take away from was the start we had, and it's just again at any level, but especially at this level, like you know, and that'll be the same tomorrow. Like you cannot start off it a little bit or make individual mistakes at the first part of the game because you just won't get back into it, you know.
Can I just ask JJ? I know you're nodding there, JJ. Like that experience of Zurich last year for the group, like is that something you just want to improve on that and to get used to these type of games?
Yeah, I think obviously the more you play in these games, the better you're going to get. It's a shame really that we can't play against teams like that more throughout the season because I think you're only going to improve playing against better players. The tempo of the game's a lot faster. But yeah, I think if the players that played in the Zurich game last year, if we're not taking any learnings from that game and you're not growing in that game, then it's kind of a waste of time. But I'd like to think that with more experience in Europe, we're obviously improving with each game and we're hoping to see more of that tomorrow as well.
And just for you on the Qarabağ game again, like as the manager sort of mentioned, like there was some good stuff in the game, but you
Yeah.
just got done at certain times. Like, is it just I don't know how different was that game to a regular week to week game you play? in terms of the levels?
I think just the speed of their attack when you turn over the ball, the transition that they counter and stuff. You're probably at your most vulnerable when we have the ball, because when you turn it over, they're nearly creating chance every time. And I think if you look at the second half and you're watching the game, you wouldn't have thought it was a 3-0 game, but how much we dominated possession and stuff. And it's that last 5-10 minutes where maybe a couple of turnovers and a bit sloppy or whatever, and they punish it. And I think they showed how clinical they can be.
Sorry, Joey, just one last question from me. A little bit not related to the game, but you've signed Sean Moore and Milan since we spoke to you last. I know they won't be, they weren't signed for the first leg, so they're not eligible for this. But are they? I mean, I presume Milan is fit, and Sean, like, are they in the shake up for the next round in terms of where they are physically?
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah. So they'll obviously come in on so we travel back straight after the match and then back in training Friday, so they'll be there right to train on Friday. So yeah, be good to go. Obviously, we'll just see where they are. Sean's obviously in pre-season. He's played pre-season games. But yeah, listen, 2 great signs. I think the window, obviously, getting Jack in as well. Obviously, he's injured, but he should be back as well. So, listen, I think 3 great young players, hungry, adding quality to the group, energy. Really excited to see them part of the group. I think, so we spoke about the strength of the squad that we already had. Is one of the reasons why I wanted to take the job, to be honest. And I think we said that. And I think them 3 lads especially really, are going to add to it again.
Someone. As we take another question from the Zoom.
How's it going? Yeah, can I jump in?
Yeah.
How's it going, Joey? You kind of said after the first leg, if maybe the motivation or the attitude of the players wasn't right, some of them wouldn't be on the plane, maybe half in jest. But have you been happy with the reaction since then and the last few days in preparing for this game?
Yeah, well, I suppose from that question we've been asked about, I mean, I'm playing Champions League round 2, away from home against a top team that's been in Europe for the last group stage of Europe for the last 10, 11 years. And then, listen, there's a lot of motivation. The lads, like, this is what you play as, this is what you want to play. You dream of as a kid, coming away and playing in Europe and coming to these stadiums and having the opportunity to play Champions League football away from home against a top team in their back garden. And then, yeah, I don't think, every one of them, I'm sure is chomping at the bit. Like, well, it's a massive game, but there's massive games coming up over the next few weeks, So, yeah, we definitely use the squad.
And even on that, obviously, it's the nature of the path. You're guaranteed another couple of toys, regardless. Going away from home and putting in a performance, it's going to stand to you. It's going to make other teams as well realise what you're capable of too, if you haven't already been aware of that.
Definitely, it's just great experience. As I said to you, next week, regardless of what happens, we're going to be away from home over the next couple of weeks. Massive games to come, so you have to pick up this, and this is what it is tomorrow about coming away from home here. Because obviously you're down in the game, but you can't go out and start going off in the mad one at early doors, because you get picked off this level. So it's about that with the team. As I said, last year we made a critical mistake at the start of the game. That's great learning. Like, that can't happen obviously tomorrow. I'm sure the lads know that. So again, hopefully it doesn't happen tomorrow. Because the lads realise that from Zurich how damaging that can be, and it can turn into a long run. If you make that early mistake and a team like this get an early goal.
JJ, if I could just ask you, you said there it's a shame you can't play teams of Qarabağ's quality every week, and you said they would say the pace of the game. But do these kind of games and playing in them, and then what you experience in it yourself, make you kind of realise what you could be capable of in your own career? Do you know what I mean? And what you're actually capable of as a player.
Yeah, I think obviously it gives you a good understanding of maybe what level you could play at, or it's obviously everyone's dream to play at the highest level you can, and you obviously you find out a lot about yourself in these games. Obviously, when you play in the league, we all know we can play in the leagues. That's why we're here. But everyone would like to play at a higher level, and I think it is good to know when you play against someone you do well. It probably gives you that bit more confidence in yourself and in your own ability. And
when you say you kind of learn a bit more about yourself, can you maybe elaborate on that a little bit, even your own self and what you've experienced in these games?
And how quick your brain thinks when you get the ball, they close you down so fast. I think I lost one in the last 5 minutes or so. You think you're having a good game, and you maybe take a little half a yard touch too big, and they take it. Even there's learning in that. I think you just can't for 1 second switch off at all. So Yeah, it's just the speed of the game and how quick you're thinking and knowing where your next pass is. That's obviously something that's big for me as a midfielder and something that I want to keep trying to get better.
Cheers. Thanks, lads. Thank you.
Cheers.
We'll take questions from the room.
Listen, quiet on the.
Yeah.
It's not. You have to remember my word.
Yeah. Question?
Sorularınız varsa.
Yeah.
Sabahçı'nda Qarabağ keçmək möcüzə baş verməli. Ya da futbolda möcüzəyə nail.
So tomorrow, if you want to win Qarabağ and qualify for the next round, you need miracle. Do you believe in miracles in football?
Yeah, listen, for us, it's about getting a game plan ready for tomorrow, and then every game we play, we try to win. That doesn't change tomorrow.
Biz sabahki oyuna normal bir oyun kimi çıkacağız. Yani aynı prensiple çıkacağız. Sabahçının öyle bir hususi değişikliğimiz olmayacak. İnanıp böyle bu inançla çıkacağız.
Yeah.
Qarabağla oyundan önceki Balkan pasapı bilmiş ki bizim sadece isteğimiz oldu ki Avrupa Kupalarını çekmemizde, Liga oyununda peşman olmuyor. Bunu nasıl mesela demişti yani ki neyine zarar demişti.
Oradaki metbat.
Orada demişti ki peşman olmak istemiyordu sadece.
Before the press conference in your country, you said that before Qarabağ match that you don't want to be sorry. So what did you mean by saying that? You don't want to be sorry. You don't want to be peşman ya. Regret. We don't want to regret.
Okay. For me, playing football, it's always about going, attacking the game, enjoying the game, and having no regrets. I think the worst thing in football as a player is after a game when the result goes against you, you left 20% behind.
Yeah.
This is the thing that
Yani ben
lingers.
demək istədiyim ki, ümumiyyətlə biz oyunda həmişə oyundan ləzzət almalıyıq, oyundan xoşlamalıyıq. Yəni əsas məsələ oyun bizim əleyhimizə olmasın və oyunda məğlub olmayaq. Və oyun gözəl keçsin və bizim əleyhimizə olsun. O nöqteyi nəzərdir.
Yeah.
Artıq bir nəfər maçlarının 20 canavar olacaq. Yəni sabahçı ilə azarkeş tərəfindən qarşı Shelbourne FC.
So tomorrow approximately there will be 20,000 spectators. So how will you fight against this pressure of spectators? Because there will be so many Qarabağ spectators.
Yeah, we have played as a team a cup final with more people than this. So as a player, these are the atmosphere you want to play in. These are the games you want to play in. So we're all really looking forward to it.
Yani biz başka oyunlarda da daha çok azarkeşler karşısında oynamışıq. Bu oyunun mahiyyətidir. Yəni biz o azarkeşlər bizi qorxuzmur. Yəni bu əslində arası bizim istədiyimiz atmosferdir. Yəni biz buna alışırıq.
Yeah.
Dəqiq konsept ən sual var.
So you want to ask if they play?
Yeah.
Sualımız var. Onun sabahçı maçdan gözləntiləri
What are
nədir?
your expectations from
Yeah,
tomorrow's
yeah,
match?
yeah.
What do you hope?
Və Qarabağda belə bir performans
So
gözləyirsə,
did you expect such kind of performance from Qarabağ in the first leg?
Yeah, we obviously learned a lot from last week, so got a feel for what Qarabağ are like and how they play. So as any player and manager wants, we want to win the game. So that's our expectation for tomorrow.
Bəli, biz Qarabağın oyundan Qarabağ araşdırmışdıq. Onlarla bağlı məlumatımız var idi. Sabahki oyunla bağlı isə həm baş məşqçinin, həm futbolçunun istəyi budur ki, qalib olmaq. Və bizim gözləntimiz budur.
bəs mərhələ keçmək şansları.
So do you have chances to qualify for the next round?
Yeah, I don't think anything's impossible. I think if
Bəli, yəni mümkünsüz bir şey deyil.
Will you last question?
Başqa suallarınız varsa?